My teacher fed me pineapple, which I'm allergic to, so I brought my own treats to class as revenge. I've had a pineapple allergy my whole life, and I've nearly died from it so many times I can't even watch SpongeBob anymore without getting anxious. So when Mrs. Wallace walked into chemistry class with a huge pan of pineapple upside-down cake, everyone groaned because her baking was terrible, and we all knew we'd have to pretend to like it. "I stayed up all night making this for you ungrateful kids," she announced while cutting uneven pieces. Lucky for me, I had the perfect excuse. I raised my hand and said super politely that I was deathly allergic to pineapple, but it looked amazing and everyone else would love it. Mrs. Wallace's face turned red and she said, "I don't think so, young lady. Sit down and try a piece. I literally can't eat pineapple. I don't even have my EpiPen today because I didn't know there would be pineapple at school." "You're lying. Nobody's allergic to pineapple. It's not even native to where white people live." "That's exactly why I'm allergic to it." The whole class was dead silent. Everyone knew about my allergy because I'd had reactions at school before from someone's tropical fruit salad and even from touching a desk where someone had spilled pineapple juice. Mrs. Wallace walked over to my desk and put a huge piece of cake in front of me. The pineapple chunks were oozing juice all over the chocolate cake part, which honestly looked burnt. "Either you eat this cake or I drop everyone's grade a full letter." The whole class. Everyone stared at me. Kayla mouthed, "Don't do it." But Tommy looked panicked because he was already at a C- and his parents would kill him if he got a D. I looked at that disgusting cake and thought about my mom. She couldn't afford another hospital bill. We were still paying off the last one from when I accidentally drank someone's pina colada at the mall thinking it was lemonade, but the whole class was counting on me. I took the smallest bite possible. The cake was somehow both burnt and raw in the middle, and the pineapple was so sour my eyes watered. But that wasn't the worst part. Within 30 seconds, my tongue started tingling. Then my throat felt tight like someone was squeezing it. My lips were swelling up and I could feel hives spreading across my neck. "I need help," I whispered, but it came out weird because my tongue was swollen. The last thing I remember was Kayla screaming and Mrs. Wallace saying, "She's faking," before everything went black. I woke up in the hospital with tubes in my arm and my mom crying next to my bed. The room was full of get well cards from everyone in chemistry class. There was even a giant teddy bear from Tommy that said, "Sorry, our teacher tried to murder you," but nothing from Mrs. Wallace. Not a card, not an apology, nothing. The doctor said I was lucky Kayla's mom was a nurse and had taught her to recognize anaphylaxis because I could have died if Kayla hadn't called 911 immediately. I sat in that hospital bed getting angrier and angrier. Mrs. Wallace knew I was allergic. She watched me nearly die. She made my mom miss work to sit in the hospital with me. She made my mom get another bill we couldn't pay, all because she wanted someone to eat her nasty cake. That's when I got the idea. I spent the next 2 days at home recovering and making special honey jars for everyone in class. Each jar had a cute label that said, "That was a sticky situation. Thanks for the get well card," with little bee drawings. I made 23 small jars for the students and one special larger jar for Mrs. Wallace. When I walked back into chemistry, everyone started clapping. Kayla hugged me so tight I couldn't breathe, which was ironic considering what happened. Tommy offered to carry my backpack for a week. I handed out the honey jars and everyone loved them. They were taking pictures and saying how thoughtful it was. Mrs. Wallace was at her desk grading papers and pretending I didn't exist. "Mrs. Wallace, I brought you honey too," I said sweetly. She looked up suspicious, but I could tell she didn't want to look mean in front of everyone again. "That's very thoughtful, Taylor," she said in this fake
Click the link in my profile to watch the exciting follow-up.